Hi, welcome everyone. You're on the page, and this is Jen Mulvihill, your host. We have a great premiere show this evening, and I'd like to introduce our fabulous guest. You might know her from her Dark Hunter series. She writes urban fantasy, paranormal romance, YA, historical fiction, got a little manga going on. And we have our Sherrilyn McQueen. Hi.
Hey, sweetie, how you doing tonight?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, not awake, but pretty good.
Well, we're so happy to have you on our premiere show. This is awesome.
Thank you for letting me come out and play for a little while. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we like to play. So, my first question I want to ask you is, how you doing? Everything's been a little bit crazy, but how are you doing now? Everything's
Oh, I'm
good?
great. Yeah. Well, I just had a grandbaby. I'm functionally on the same level as my grandkid now, but yeah, I just had a grandbaby, so I'm so tired. It's
Oh,
fun.
oh, how fun. I'm actually looking forward to that, but not for several years, actually. I want to
Yeah.
wait.
Oh, dude, it's like, can I have baby? I'm like bargaining with my kid, going, "Give me baby custody," but they're afraid I might not give it back. I'm like, "Yeah, you're right."
Oh, that's awesome. So I got a few questions for you. As a writer, I know that you're probably a reader
Absolutely.
and you've probably been reading a long time, like I have.
Mhm.
And one of my questions is, what was your favorite book when you were a kid?
Oh gosh. Many. I mean, at what age or
Or series? Well, what
well,
sticks in your mind the most?
uh, chronicle, probably Chronicles of Narnia because I had to beat my mom up for it. But it's the first book or series that I remember. They had a box set, and I wanted it so badly. And my mother's like, "Ugh, it's too expensive. Why do you want that? Ugh, it's not even like horror." I'm like, "Mom, please, you don't understand." And so I had to babysit and I love my brother, but you have to remember I traded my brother for a wagon.
A what? A what?
Yeah, I love my brother, but he was a little he's 7 years younger than me, so he was a little annoying to me as a kid, enough that I traded him to my neighbor for a wagon. And when he turned 16, my mother's like, we really should have kept that wagon. Why did I make you trade him? But anyhow, my mother made me babysit. I forgot now how many hours. To me, it seemed like, I don't know, 20 years to get my Chronicles of Narnia. But yeah, I had to suffer so much for that. Steve, I'm sorry if you see this. I do love you, but you made me suffer for that series.
Well, and that's an awesome series. I mean, I read it too, and it's really, it kind of makes you like really get into the characters. It really draws you in. Um,
Absolutely.
so okay, so what is one of the books, if you can remember, the first book that ever made you feel emotional or cry?
The kittens who hid from their mother.
What? Are you talking about the kittens with the mittens?
No, this is a different one. And
Oh.
I never remember who wrote it, but I, God, I don't even think I was in school yet. But it's about these little kittens and they get lost. They go into the wrong place. They can't find their mom. And it was so sad. I was real tiny and I'm like, they can't find their mom. And it was so tragic. And
Aw.
I
Oh,
know I it was one of those oh God, what were they? The golden books. Got as a little kid.
oh yeah.
I wore that thing out. I'm like, they can't find their mommy. And it was so
Oh.
uh,
Oh, that is so cool though. I mean, that is sweet. So you have cats?
oh yeah, I've got two. They have time. So and also
Yeah. Um, okay, so let's get to your writing. So words are very powerful. Obviously, there was a little golden book that made you cry, and you loved Narnia, which we all know is a really powerful series. So when did you learn that words had power and that you could use your powers, your
uh,
superpowers?
are you well, my grandfather was a Baptist preacher and evangelist. So I grew up understanding that words could absolutely he was a faith healer. So, I was very much aware really early on with him how much power a single phrase or one individual could wield over somebody. Because, as a kid, it was really fascinating to me to watch him up at the pulpit and to watch, the way people would react to him and him practicing his sermons and him sitting there, getting the exact phrases down that he wanted and going,
Mhm.
that's not what I want to say. And so yeah, I kind of just grew up really appreciating the fact that you can move people and you can inspire them with what you have to say and the messages. And, there's a right way and there's a wrong way. Make sure that when you speak, and my mother, that was always her favorite thing too, speak with purpose. It,
Mhm.
it's better to be silent than it is, if you can't improve the silence, then don't. Silence is a perfectly good answer.
Right. So did you start writing short stories and stuff or stories when you were a kid? And
Oh yeah, before I even knew how to write words, I was doing like cartoon strips. In fact, one of the earliest things I did was when my mother was pregnant with my brother. I um I did this whole entire cartoon thing that I gave, and it was, they were attacking people. There was blood, there was guts, and I was, Mom, look what I did. And my mother, oh my God, it's an omen. I'm gonna die in childbirth. It's like, to do with the fact you took me to see The Exorcist when you should not. It's fit to see The Exorcist. What were you thinking?
oh,
Or
oh my gosh. I kind of know that because I think I was taken to see Jaws a little bit too young.
right?
And that
I,
was yeah.
what was that? This is child abuse. I thought zombies for years locked me in the trunk of our car, and I used to. No, I really zombies locked me in the trunk of the car, and my mother's sitting there going, "No, you idiot! I locked you in the trunk of the car. I wanted to go see. Dad, you were 2 years old. They wouldn't let you in, so I went to the drive-in. I stuck you in the trunk so they wouldn't know. I did let you out. Like, what is wrong with you? But I guess that, my mom locked me in the trunk, and when she let me out, there were zombies, people on the big screen. So my little brain just assumed zombies must have done it because the fact that my mother did it was too horrifying to accept.
That's wild. So that's what you remember is the zombies locked you in the car. Wow. So so you started writing your own stories when okay, I am reading what The Fantasy Lover.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh, girl. Woo! Wow. Okay. So I'm listening to it. Actually, I'm listening to it audio on my way to and from work. Oh my goodness. That's all I got to say about that. That's really excellent story, by
Thank
the
you.
way. And it's it, we are family friendly, so I can just go, oh my goodness. So you've been writing paranormal romance for quite some time now, and you've got what 16 series, or is it
I,
more?
I don't know.
Well, I tried to count them, and it got a little confusing.
Yeah, I count. I figured out when I'm dead. I'm suspicious, so I don't.
You have like over 70 books. You have been on the New York Times bestseller #1 spot for at least 16 times. That is so awesome.
Probably.
At least.
Very suspicious.
Well, yeah, but it's an accomplishment. I mean, it's an amazing accomplishment. And
I
you
I stand, and so God.
and you're writing YA also. I saw that you had a YA series going on. So you think of the kids too.
Oh yeah.
And manga? What's with this manga? What is this?
Oh well, I back before anybody knew what it was. When we were in high school, it's like we were trading that around like drugs. Going, hey, you got the latest issue? I need it. you know, uh, find back. Especially because I'm a dinosaur. We really had a hard time finding graphic novels. Well, the comic books were easy, but graphic novels were hard to find. Manga was almost impossible in my generation. But I raised my kids on it. So yeah, my sister, my daughter-in-law is Japanese, so my kids have always been, I hate to use the word otaku because it doesn't always have a good meaning, but I was otaku. My first love as a little kid was Speed Racer and
Oh
Robotech.
yeah.
Yeah, I would run home from school. Oh my God, I got to see Robotech. Oh, I can't miss it. I've always loved it. So,
That is awesome. Yeah, I remember watching that when I was a kid too. That's
oh yeah. Well,
I think something.
yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, well, and I went to college for sequential art. I actually went to art school originally. So I
Oh,
wanted to do
okay.
comics, and manga was one of my big things I wanted to do. Yeah, I've always wanted to do it.
So do you do artwork too?
I do. I do more my drawing leaves a lot. I can draw great landscapes. Oh, portraitures. But when it comes to hands, all my people this. I never could master hands. And it's really funny because I'm very ambidextrous. And when I was in art school, my professors would stand behind me because I can draw with both hands simultaneously. And they would sit there and go, "Oh my, how do you do it? Oh, what is wrong with you?" I'm like, "How do you not? Because this is normal for me.
That's an amazing talent.
But I can't draw hands, so it does me no good."
But that is really cool.
Yeah. Pulls I can do real well. I can do a claw like nobody's business.
So you write a lot of different series of different things. Surely there's a little bit of life in there of your own that you because we all write from our own experiences also. Do you recall a scene in any of your books that was really super hard to write?
Yeah, there's quite a bit on the book. Yeah, there are a few.
Don't want to get into that, huh?
Yeah. Well, like I always tell everybody, when they're, how could you write Sticks? Oh my God. It's like, well, it's not the parts of Sticks that are fiction that should scare you. It's the parts of Sticks that aren't that should concern you. Yeah, no, there's a lot of catharsis that goes on with some of my books. So,
Mhm. Well, that kind of leads me to my next question is your writing space. I'm always intrigued by other writers and what their writing space. I mean, you see mine is behind me. This is not a green screen. This is it. My whole room is like this. So what is your writing space like?
it varies, I can write anywhere. I just, my what I'm currently writing in, it's not really set up. Most of my stuff after my really nasty divorce, the majority of my writing room is storage.
Oh,
I don't think I'm ever going to get it back out at this point. I'm hoping to get my room put back together, have my stuff around me again. So right now it's really, my room's very sparse. I just have my computer and my monitors.
well, that kind of gives you an opportunity to like start anew and like because I'm like constantly moving my furniture and
Yeah,
hanging new pictures and moving the books and
right.
that gives you an opportunity to, start fresh and like, oh, I want to do it like this, right?
Yeah, kind of, but I miss my stuff. My research books aren't here, and oh crap, I don't have that book here. Okay,
Oh,
does make it
and
kind of,
then,
cause really obscure stuff that now is 34 years old, because you know, and you can't really. It's stuff that's way out of print, and it's like, dang, I need to look that up, and can't. Rat, you know.
yeah, and with COVID, you can't go to the library.
No, yeah, it's like, ah,
So that's been an issue. I get that. Well, what have you got going on right now? So you got some new stuff coming out or
I finally have a release date. My editor today, I'm like, yes, I've been waiting forever for this. So yeah, the next Dark Hunter comes out 2022 fall. So I'm so thrilled. It's like, yes, oh my
all right.
God, yeah.
And you got a title for the new Dark
Uh,
Hunter?
Shadow Fallen. So
Pardon me?
yeah, Shadow Fallen.
Oh, okay. And
So
that's
yeah,
coming out
fall
when
of 20.
again?
Although she kept
20.
saying 20, and I'm like, that was last year.
I know things have been crazy,
I,
absolutely crazy. Um, So you've got, you probably can't talk about it, but do you have any movie deals or anything going on? Or,
Ish. No.
well, you might, you never know. I mean, you've got so many books and so many series. It was so many different subject matters that I mean, I know people are looking for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, that's a that's a big thing. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of these. It'll come. It'll come, I'm sure. um, so we have the new book coming out. That's awesome. And you're working on something else?
Oh, always. I'm working on the next league book. I'm about halfway through it right now. Yay.
All right.
Snags. I'm hoping I'm not jinxing myself, knock wood. And then after that, I'm going to go back and do the next Dark Hunter. And then we're going to do the Silent Swan series, which is I was supposed to have finished a couple of years ago. And then I'll be finishing up the next Dark Hunter book, then going back to the. So, yay.
Wow.
Gotta,
How do you jump from one series to the next? That's like,
I always have. I have no idea. My brain just kind of skips around. I don't know.
that's awesome though. I mean, I only have two, but like you have like so many to keep up with, and everybody's doing this and that, and that's this different story. That's a lot. That's amazing.
Thank you. It's like ADD. It's like, what do you do? And Nick, I've got an idea for the next Nick book. I'm hoping to get to it. So I'm trying to get that squeezed in. So, because I want to start Shadows of Fire, which is the Nick series. Um,
Hmm.
so that should, I'm hoping to get one of those out this year or finish. I'm not out. It won't be out, but when I say out, I mean written.
Right, to the
So,
editor.
right.
The dreaded editor.
But we need them. They're great.
Yes, we do. We do. We love them. We love them. We love and hate them.
From embarrassing myself even more than I normally do. So
Oh yeah, I totally get that. Um, so what is your kryptonite as a writer? Like what like stops you or keep or holds you in place, or like, oh God, this is messing me up. I can't do this. Yeah. Like, oh, well, I guess that would be like the obvious, the pandemic, right?
well, no, the pandemic would have been fine. It was the nasty divorce of death that held me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, that was that really in my entire life. The only two things that have ever stopped my writing was the death of my older brother and my divorce devastated me. So those have really been the only thing that have ever gotten my way.
But you keep going, and I think that's so admirable because you just have so much going on and you just keep writing. And I don't think that you're the type of writer that is just putting out what the fans want. I think you just write your stories.
Well, I hate to ever say that to the fans, like because you do, and I love you and for you. But no, I mean, because to me that's not fair. God, they are my fans mean everything.
Oh yeah.
So, but I don't think it would be a service to them because if you don't, and my sons are both writers, and so when they're
Oh.
like, "But mom, how?" If you don't hear, well, I call it feeling the pain. If I don't feel the character, if I can't emotionally connect to them, if I don't know where they're coming from and I can't feel their motivations, what has made them who they are, what has motivated them to struggle, which is their pain. If I've not made that connection with the character, I can't write that book.
Hmm.
And so that's why, I had plans for books. Like the next book in Dark Hunter that was supposed to come out was Queen of All Shadows. And I pulled that back because I had started, I think I got probably 4 or 5 chapters in. And then the book, oh, I just said the title a minute ago. Oh gosh, I never remember the title of my own book.
It's okay. You got a lot of them.
And they're similar. So when I say one that's similar to the other, it's like the other one. But yeah, Shadow Fallen. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
of
I
all
should have wrote that down.
Shadow Fallen, because they're connected books too. And And I did the same thing when I wrote the League book. I was about halfway through Born a Betrayal when I realized, oh no, this is going to be problematic because Born of Defiance has to come first. I thought I could write them in the reverse order. I'm like, yeah, no, this has to come first. So that's what happened again with Dark Hunter. You know, my poor editor's like, but we've got this one with all the stuff written out for it. Yeah, but this book really has to come first because
Well, that's important. And you
yeah,
got to stay true to the story. So,
exactly.
and that's why you have so many fans, is because you stay true to the story and they love it. Yeah. So in your books, you hide a lot of secrets like Easter eggs and stuff like that that maybe some people don't even catch, and
Well,
you
yeah,
have to go to panels and explain them.
but they do catch them. You know, and it's funny because you may not see it for 4 books. You go, oh my god, wait, it is in there. Oh my god, look at this. You know, yeah. Eventually they do, and it is setting up, and it's weird how that happens. But yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, we are getting close to the end of our chat, but I have a final question that I love to ask people, and I have to set you up a little bit here. So you're in a cabin or somewhere off in the woods, there's a snowstorm or there's a pandemic or something, and you're trapped in the house. What are the 3 things that you really, really, really want to have? Like, you have all your survival stuff, okay, but what are the 3 comfort things that
My kids. uh, Basically just my kids and a computer. I don't need 3. Is there, I guess, food. Okay, my cat.
well, you're gonna have the food and all that, but like, is there like a wubby or, pink slippers that make you feel cozy?
Not really. No,
Okay.
I would need my kids and my grandbaby. My
Oh yeah, of course, that baby.
cat, but and my computer. Really, my Wooby is my computer. Yeah, and it's
Okay.
really bad because if you ever travel with me here, it's like don't touch it. Yeah, I have my computer case, and I feel bad anytime the bellman or whoever are like, "Can I help you?" No, get away! It's mine. I'm like the golem with it,
Don't touch my computer.
Well, my poor editor did one time, and there's a reason for it. Really, we were behind on Asheron, and I have trouble with gate agents for some reason. Apparently, I look like a terrorist. I, for whatever reason, TSA loves to mess with me. Like, oh, here she comes, let's get her. And I'm coming through, and they're like, that will not fit on the plane. No, but it will, because it fit yesterday when I was on a plane. No, it will not fit. We must gate check. Okay, so they forced me to take it, and I didn't have anything to put my computer in other than this really thin bag. So I stuck my laptop down in it, and they took my bag from me. I'm like, no, I need you. And so I've got everything in that one little thin bag, and of course the plane lands late, and I didn't have time to tuck it all back down in there. Met my editor, and my editor decides to be really helpful at the hotel, and she took the bag off my shoulder. And before I could tell her what's in it, she's like, here, let me help you. And it's one of those things in slow motion where the bag is tumbling through the air,
Oh no.
bounces off the luggage, somersaults, hits the marble floor, and you hear this horrendous.
Oh.
Looks
Oh
at me
my
and goes,
gosh.
that wasn't anything important, was it? You know the book that's overdue? It's on there.
Oh.
Backup, don't you? Not really.
Oh no. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Oh, it was ugly.
Well, do you have any advice for modern writers other than don't let your editor carry your bag?
Yeah. And don't mess with TSA. Um, Never give up, never surrender. Don't let anybody tell you how to write your book. And that's what I tell my sons all the time. Mom, tell me how to write a book. I can't. Everybody has their own process, and every process changes every book. So, find what works for you. Don't let, writer workshops and all are fabulous. But how I get through a book is how I get through a book. If it works for you, if you have a beginning, a middle, and an end, that is your process. Don't let anybody tell you your way's right or wrong. And don't let anybody stop you, because you know what voices you hear, those characters, they picked you. They could have picked me. They could have picked J.K. Rowling, but they picked you. And owe them that obligation to tell their story, because only you can tell it. And if you don't, they're going to go away and they'll die. Don't ever let your characters die. Please tell their stories. Don't let the negative barking dogs in your head that tell you all the reasons why, well, I'm not smart enough, I don't have the right education, whatever that demon is in your head, don't listen to it. The other people who are outside telling you why you can't do it, you've got obligations. We all have obligations. You know, there have been times where I had to write in a closet in order to find the time that I needed to get a book done. Do it. Even if you write only half a page a day, in a few months or a year, you'll have a book. Just do it. Find those 5 minutes, whatever it takes, over, under, around, or through. Get that book done, because you will have a book and it will be something you are very proud of. And don't fail those characters. They're depending on you. And I need a good book to read, so please write your book.
That is really great advice. And I thank you for that, because I actually need that right now myself. Well, I guess we have to wrap things up, because the producer's saying wrap things up. But it's been so much fun talking with you, and I really enjoy, and you've had some great information to share with everybody.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So everyone, this is Sherrilyn McQueen, Sherrilyn Kenyon McQueen, but Sherrilyn McQueen, our Sherrilyn McQueen. And you can check her out. They've got her website flowing across the bottom there for you can check out her books. And she's got a new book coming out next year. Ooh, we're so excited. So until then, until the next time we see you, thank you for coming to our premiere show. And so keep reading, keep writing, and we will be able to save the world one story at a time on the page. Thank you.